Hi, I'm Kerry, host of Best of Us in Retirement. I just did a video over on my Best of Us Investors channel that I thought was extremely important. It's about the change in our medical system, the way that we deliver medical care and diagnosis to the public, and how I think it's going to change, much as how information has moved since the 1970s with the invention of the digital revolution, e-commerce, the scope of what the internet has done to the world, and I believe that this change, this magnitude of change, is about to happen in the medical field. And to those of us who are retired, that's very important, because we are the people who get disease, who die of cancer, of heart failure, who get Alzheimer's, and that's all about to change. And I think as retirees, we need to be knowledgeable of it. Now, why it's so important to me is my mother died of cancer when I was 8 years old in 1953. My father died of cancer. And what that shirt's all about, Warriors Team Shea, my daughter died of cancer, and she and I tried to raise money to stop cancer before she died through bike racing, and that's what that's all about. We also, I donate heavily to the Children's Hospital here in Birmingham, to the Cancer World Awards for finding a cure for cancer for children, and so that's important to me. So anyway, with that being done, I do a lot of reading in that field. And this is a book that I've been laboring through for the last 2 months. It's called The Code Breaker. It's done by Walter Isaacson. You might know him. He did a book on Leonardo da Vinci. He did a book on Steve Jobs, Ben Franklin, and now he's done one on, and this is on Jennifer Doudna. And Jennifer is the kind of the lead force in the development of CRISPR. And CRISPR is a natural function of our body that basically corrects mistakes. It's involved with our T cells. The easiest way for me to explain it is when you cut yourself, you know that if you'll stop it from bleeding and push it your body will come and basically take care of it. Well, that goes on in every part of your body. And so literally that if your body recognizes you have cancer, the only problem is it doesn't have a way to cure it. Well, CRISPR, that's CRISPR. So if you can attach a protein to that function that says, here's and think of CRISPR, what goes on in your body, your T cells, as the mechanic of your body. But you need to give it tools, and that's what these companies have done, is they're developing proteins that they can attach to this CRISPR, inject it into your arm, and it will go correct the mutation, the problem in your genes that cause you to have cancer. Well, along that same line, there are several companies that are taking that CRISPR technology and turning it into home tests. This evolved from the coronavirus. And in fact, the reason we got the vaccine as fast as we did is they used CRISPR to analyze the vaccine and then introduce a protein to the CRISPR or to the virus that basically kills it. So what a vaccine does is puts that tool into your body, so that if in fact you do get exposed to the coronavirus, your body is already equipped with the tool to knock it out. Okay, that's how I understand it. So, what's important is then there are two companies that are working very extensively, not on so much as knocking out the virus or the disease or whatever, but they're developing test kits. Okay, think of this. You know what a pregnancy test kit is. The girl spits on it or puts her urine on it. I don't actually know what she does. And within so many minutes, it tells her whether she's pregnant or not. It's analyzing the cells in her body to tell her whether she's pregnant or not. Well, with this CRISPR, there are two companies now that are working on making it possible that you could go to Walgreens or CVS or your pharmacy and you could pay $10 or $5, I don't know, and you could bring it home and you could test, you could spit into it, break two capsules. One is CRISPR, one is the cancer sensing protein, and it would tell you in 20 minutes whether or not you had cancer. Why this excites me, and it also makes me want to cry, is if we had had this, my mother wouldn't have died. My daughter wouldn't have died. My father wouldn't have died. My family would not be subjected to the death and devastation of cancer that we have. I will be one of the first people who shows up at Walgreens to buy that kit because I know there's cancer in my family. So I'll take the damn test once a month to find out so that once it is discovered, then I can get my genome sequenced and then I can determine what kind of cancer I have and then have the CRISPR genome ingested into my body and knock it out. That's what's coming. To us retired people, this is life-saving. And if you don't fear cancer, I'm sure you fear Alzheimer's. What if you could go today to the drugstore, buy a kit, and find out what element of Alzheimer's or dementia you have, and then go and say, okay, it's there. Now go to your doctor and say, I want my genome sequenced. I want to find where that problem is, and then I want the therapy that'll take care of it. That's where medicine is going. And this would not have, it would have happened anyway. But as a result of the coronavirus, this has been pushed so fast forward that it's right there around the corner. This is comparable to the digital revolution. Again, I say to you, if I had come to you in 1980 and told you what your phone was going to be able to do for you in 2021, you would have said, you're crazy. There's no way that I could talk into my phone and then it would talk back to me and answer any question that I have, that it would give me directions so I don't ever have to use a map again, that it would I'd push a button and it'd tell me exactly where to turn right and how many feet before I turn right. You would say that's impossible. That's not going to happen. But what I'm here to tell you today is your life is about to change. And your medical situation is about to change. All I would ask you to do is start taking care of yourself. Start getting out and getting exercise. Get yourself a Fitbit or a iWatch and count your steps. And get your body healthy so that when we do get these tests, you don't have so many complications that even when you know you have cancer, you can't stop it. Get exercise, get healthy, and you're going to live an extra 10 to 15 years as a result of what's happening today. I want you to go into the description. If you don't, you say, I'm not going to read that book. Go to page 432. and it's going to title Biology Hits Home. In essence, what they're saying is you're going to be able in your home to diagnose what's going on in your body, and if it's bad, stop it before it goes any further. If it's good, how to promote it. It's even going to be able to analyze your nutritional intake so that it analyzes your body and says, you need more, and you can do it, and it'll be done. You don't have to go to a blood test. You can do it as often as you want to go get the test. This is revolutionary. This is probably the most important thing that is ever going to happen in your life. And I put the digital revolution in second place. The medical revolution is about to hit us, and I would say this will be available to you within 3 years. If you're an investor and you want to invest in this, come over to Best of Us Investors YouTube channel, and that's what I'm focusing on. Heck, we have a tribe. We have about 3,000 people who get together every day and say, what's going on in the investment world? And I just shared this with them. I just shared with them the name of the 2 companies that are going to lead this, and we're going to invest in them. Okay? Because 99.9% of the world has no idea about what's about to happen. Now you do, and you've got a leg up. Not only to make a better life for yourself, but to invest in the biggest thing that's going to happen to this world. All right, come see me again. I hope to continue to educate and entertain you as to how to have the best second half of your life in front of you. Talk to you again.